What is the role of cinematographer in this new environment when a lot of films has a lot of special effects? Because it's very important to preserve original vision in director of photography who has visual design. What is a right way to approach for a cinematographer?
Well, you know, the cinematography basically for a visual effects film is no different than it was basically for real movies, for realistic movies, because it still tells the story. It is just what happens that whatever we cannot do on film because it's either costly or either cannot be done, because you cannot build everything. You know, they try to build everything, all kind of crazy sets and all that on film, but it's so much easier to do it actually visually with the digital photography. So we have to learn to do everything. We have to learn real photography, realistic photography, with a real camera, with no effects, and then you have to learn how to shoot visual effects photography, which is totally different, because now we have to bring in some extra people to create those images, because we cannot do things, you know, many of the aspects of visual photography we cannot do it ourselves. You need artists actually to design those, and then they photograph those, they get on computers. So many people work on those films, and then the problem is sometimes if the real cinematographer who is basically doing the whole movie, not only the visual effects, but you have a real story there, which you have to shoot it like it is a realistic movie where there are no effects. Now these all have to match together. The only way to do that, if the cinematographer is involved also with the visual effects people, so you just don't walk away from it and just let them do it, because if that happens, you cannot help them, and then maybe they don't want your help, or maybe they don't need your help, I think. And that's when you are so sorry when you see a movie, a visual effects movie, which you were not involved as a cinematographer. You see many mistakes, you know, which you could have done a better job. So that brings up the question, how much we have to get involved in visual effects. I think we have to involve almost everything there.
So otherwise, today's cinematographer is supposed to be expanded cinematographer and able to work creatively from genesis of idea up to seeing a result according to his director vision on a screen or monitor. So he has to have expanded cinematography knowledge.
Yeah, I think the expanded cinematography is the new word to use for the cinematographer who is involved with it and has to learn it. Actually, many of us, you know, had to go back and being like almost like students and see what they are doing and see how it can be improved, see how we can get ourselves involved, and let them understand that, you know, we can only help, you know, create great movies, and we are not really just want to do the job because our name is a cinematographer, which doesn't mean that we can only do live effects movies, you know. Yeah. Live. I mean, you have to do everything. I mean, many people actually, like Disney, found out actually even for their animated films, they hired actually some cinematographers to be consultants.
Yeah, on lighting, yeah.
On lighting, composition, and just images, basically, how to make it better, and basically to create a mood. Like, you know, in the past, in feature films, our best job was, our real most important job was to create a mood on the set, what you photographed. And that was created with lighting. Now in animated films, there's no such a thing basically as a light, what you use. but it's all, everything is drawn. It's like animated, it's drawings. Now, they have to learn actually from real movies, from real live action movies, how to create those animated characters and sets and everything, you know, to make it look like it's real. And so, of course, it's a different reality because there are no real sets. And, you know, they're all animated. They all probably better than life. You know, they probably think that animated movies are better than the real life movies. But I think, you know, that to make the people, the audience, more interested in those animated movies, I think they have to make it more real. And that's where we come and help them out, you know, that how to create the mood with lighting, composition, camera moves, and all that.